All right. So players to watch. You got who are your players to watch?
There's a ton. So I think this game is really going to be won or lost in the trenches, and specifically with the Chiefs offensive line holding up, because if Mahomes has just a little bit more time to throw, then he is going to be able to find a Hollywood Brown or DeAndre Hopkins or even more importantly, Travis Kelce over the middle of the field. But I think if we just look position by position, the Bills' defensive guys that are hurt, like a Matt Milano, like a Taylor Rapp who's not going to play, or a Benford who's got the concussion, or even Teron Johnson who's got that shoulder injury, if those guys aren't 100%, if they're a step slower, that helps this Chiefs offense. And so I think that's a huge thing. Defensively speaking, the Chiefs are going to rely on their defense to win this football game. I know that we're going to be talking about how good their offense is. They need their defense to go out there and probably hold Buffalo to sub 30 points. And so I'm looking at a Leo Chenal, a Hicks. I'm looking at a Drew Tranquill. I need to see that guy spy Josh Allen on big third downs, on fourth downs. You cannot let him get out and extend the play because he'll just take off. Yeah. And if Josh Allen can take off, we saw it earlier in week 11. On that 4th and 2, he just completely, just dismantled the game, and that touchdown ended up sealing it. So that's going to be important. But also, you need to look at it from, what is Josh Allen going to be able to do with the weapons? So like Trent McDuffie against Khalil Shakir, or Jalen Watson might be the biggest difference maker in this game. He didn't play in that first matchup. The Bills also didn't see Joe Thuney at left tackle. They didn't see Joe Thuney or potentially DJ Humphries at left tackle. They saw Wanye Morris. And so they're going to give them a very different look. And the Bills' defensive line, they got some good interior pieces, but they're not that good. Von Miller is still playing football, I can confirm, but he is not someone that I think could beat this Chiefs team, and specifically Joe Thuney. So I think the protection up front, the wide receiver cornerback matchup, who the Chiefs put on who, the tight ends for the Bills, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid. Kincaid didn't play in the first game, but he has been a notorious Chiefs killer, and so this could be a situation where they put Justin Reed on him, get someone bigger, maybe Chamari Connor or, Hicks.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably the key.
Okay.
Yeah. And Darcy, you're 100% right about the game being won in the trenches, because I trust this Buffalo secondary. You brought up the injuries. I trust that Buffalo secondary so little that if Patrick Mahomes, we know Kansas City this year is like to get the ball out quick. Patrick Mahomes winning his record is overwhelmingly over 500 when his release time is like under 3 seconds. But give Mahomes time, they shred this defense. And I'm glad you brought up Jalen Watson, because like you said, he was not in that Week 11 matchup. Him being outside kind of allows Spagnuolo to use McDuffie in ways he couldn't before. McDuffie did not cover Khalil Shakir in that first matchup against Buffalo, and Shakir had a nice game. I think he had 80-plus yards, maybe 5 or 6 catches. That's something that's going to be huge. Really, that's really the player I'm going to be watching the most defensively. Is basically how that secondary works out. And like you said, you brought up the linebackers, Tranquill and Leo Chenal.
Tranquill, I don't want him spying Josh Allen.
Really?
He's not a side to side hit an angle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if Leo Chenal can rise up to the occasion and be that guy, that'll be enormous.
I don't know if he's wiggly enough.
That's why Jaden Hicks is a great option, because he's kind of a tweener. He's someone that is really too big to be a safety and too small to be a linebacker, and he's got that speed. And so the important thing is going to be to get the edge on Josh Allen, because they did not do that in the first game.
Yes, that's going to be very important, the edge.
This is going to be the game of the season. We were talking about how Baltimore and Buffalo is going to be fantastic, and that game really did live up to the hype.
Yeah.
27-25, it came down to the end. This is going to be even better, because you are getting the 2 best teams in the NFL, the 2 best teams in the AFC, the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL, and these always end up being extremely close. In the last 10 games the Bills and the Chiefs have played, they're both 5-5. They've got the same amount of points scored with 251 and the same amount of points allowed with 251. So it's like these two teams when they do play each other, are incredibly even, win or lose. And I don't think that's going to change in this game. I think we're going to see a back-and-forth affair. The Chiefs are going to try to, convert on a deep ball here and there with Hollywood Brown or DeAndre Hopkins. But Buffalo's also going to do that with Shakir. And I expect Josh Allen to get his on, 3rd and 2 and on 4th down. If it's close, they're just going to do a designed run. He's going to get that, first down and extend the drive and keep the chains moving. But the Chiefs defense just needs to limit that, which I think that they are capable of doing. So I think we see a close game. I've been saying the Chiefs probably need to score 30 points to win. I think it could be a 31-28 type of game or a 27-24 type of game. They've definitely got to score more points than they've scored in a while. And if they don't play their best football, they are not going to win this football game. This is going to require the Chiefs' best football, better than they've played all season long, which they are capable of doing because they've shown that in the past. But we need to see the best. I mean, just like we've been talking about how this is a legacy game for Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes has a lot of pressure on him as well. Not because he needs to go out there and win a Super Bowl, but he is trying to do something like Travis Kelce and Andy Reid that has never been done before, and that's three-peating. And so he's got the pressure of the fan base. He's got the pressure of history weighing down on his shoulders. And so I do think we see the best of Patrick Mahomes on Sunday, and it's going to take his best to beat Josh Allen and this Bills team. So give me 31-28 Chiefs, Harrison Butker, walk-off field goal. The Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
You said 31-28.
31-28.
For Dar. All right. Kai.
All right,
This
fellas.
segment's ruined.
I don't even want to go. Darcy, you hit it on the head. But I'm going to let my bias show a little bit here. I don't think Buffalo is on the same level as Kansas City. I think Kansas City is a tier above. I think the Chiefs, my score prediction, I'm going to go 27-17. During this game, I think it will be back and forth, like you said, Darcy, but at any point or, the lead for either team, whoever has the lead, it will not eclipse past 10 points. It's going to be back and forth, like you said. But in the end, I think the Chiefs' offensive firepower is going to be too much for Buffalo's pretty weak secondary and, kind of an aging defensive line. Defensively, for Kansas City, they're all healthy. Jalen Watson's back. Trent McDuffie should be, locked on Khalil Shakir. I don't think Buffalo's offense has enough weapons. So give me Kansas City, 27-17.
Do you think that the Chiefs are winning throughout this game, or could they find themselves down like 10-0?
Great Chiefs?
That's a great
Yes.
question. Yeah, I'm gonna say the Chiefs definitely have more weapons on offense to be able to sustain just having the lead the entire game.
Okay.
Mahomes gets better down by 10 points.
That is true.
He does.
History, yeah, men line, number line.
That is true. I just think
yeah.
Kansas City is too much.
I messed it up.
I just think Kansas City is too much, and Josh Allen has had an MVP candidate type of season to lead the Bills here, but I think Kansas City's team overall is just too good.
That's what she said. All right, Caden, what you got?
No, it's not.
Well, I think Michael and Kyle touched on a lot of the points. It's obviously always a close matchup all the way throughout. But I think my prediction is going to be, I think the Chiefs score on their very first drive. I think, like you saw last year against the Ravens, that they came out firing instantly. I think we scored on the first two possessions. It was bang, bang. And I think you're going to see that from them this weekend. I think you're going to come right out, score on the first drive. I'm going to take the Chiefs 27-21 as my scoring prediction.
Yeah, and I like that, Caden, because the Chiefs hop out to a quick lead. You're going to force Josh Allen to have to throw that ball.
I think you always see a different Pat on those first couple possessions of
the scripted
of these
plays.
playoff games. Yeah, those first 10 are just chef's kiss from Andy Reid.
You also almost want Josh Allen to throw the football instead of running, because if he starts running, it's going to take four guys to take him down.
Yeah.
And once he starts to throw the football, we know he gets kind of wild sometimes. He gets,
No, if he has to throw it
careless,
40 times, that might be good for the
yeah,
Chiefs.
because who's he throwing to 40 times?
Yeah.
Right.
Khalil Shakir.
Exactly.
Right.
All right.
Hopefully like Trent McDuffie.
Yes. All right. So yes, everybody kind of has the same consensus. The Chiefs will have the edge, probably going to win the game. But yeah, like Kyle said, all year I said I think there's been the Chiefs, there's been the Bills. Well, it's the Chiefs and then everybody else, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the Bills are a different tier, but then the Chiefs are a different tier above that. And same with I think the Bills, the Ravens, the Lions, not the Vikings, a couple other teams, they're in that same vibe, but the Chiefs are separate. And I definitely don't think the Bills are going to score. I don't think they're going to score over 20 points.
Really?
Well, the Chiefs historically don't give up points. This year they gave up 17 points a year.
They did give up 30 in Buffalo, though.
30 in Buffalo. Well, yeah, they weren't trying to win that game. They were just out there running through the motions.
Do you think that there's a game the Chiefs aren't trying to win?
Well, I think the Chiefs are trying to win, but they're not trying to win as everybody else is, if that makes sense.
Chiefs
because
Chiefs at full strength Covell, I agree with you. I think they can hold Buffalo under 20.
well, yes, just like when I talked about they threw that ball to Worthy in that situation, the Chiefs were fine with losing that game to potentially get better, learn, be prepared better for the next time. So I'm thinking the Chiefs will think about the Ravens game last year, like he said. Think about the Dolphins game last year, where you look at the end and it seems closer than it was, but it wasn't really close. My prediction is 28-18, and I think that 18 comes at the end, one of those last ditch, let's go ahead and get another touchdown. Because the Chiefs do that. Sometimes it's been a few times this season. I'm like, we're gonna get a shutout. Then they give up a touchdown. We're only gonna give up 3 points. Then they give up a touchdown. So, yes, I believe the Chiefs will have this pretty much in hand all game. Buffalo scores late, but I think by third quarter, maybe 10 minutes in, we're gonna know that the Chiefs are gonna win. That's how I feel about it. So, yeah, everybody kind of saying the same thing for the most part.
So you got a stress-free fourth quarter?
I'm feeling the stress-free.
Man, I think my blood pressure is going to be shooting up in the fourth quarter.
I can see that. I think the Chiefs just have too much. They're going to pull away late. They've been here and they've done that.
But remember last year when the Chiefs played the Bills, the Chiefs were about to go up by 14 points, and then was it McCole Hardman fumbled?
Yeah, at the 1 yard line.
At the 1 yard line. So and everybody was saying Buffalo.
Kind of pulled a Zay Flowers before Zay Flowers.
Yes, he did.
Good foreshadowing there.
Well, yeah. So last year the game ended up being closer than it should have, and that's because the Chiefs had a couple turnovers. So this year, I think the team is better. I think the team's more prepared. I don't know how the team can't be hyped seeing Travis Kelce running around like he's 20. So yeah, I believe Chiefs will win 28-18. For all you bettors, book it. I don't even know how to bet the game, but yeah. Yes, and we'll go ahead and get out of here and take a break. And when we come back, we'll get to It Poops.